Wow, everybody, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Thank you, Ian Krause. Well, welcome everyone. Happy week before Christmas. It's great to see you all here today. Welcome to our Unity of Richmond celebration service. It's a very special service today presented by our youth. Yes. And I want to welcome everyone who is seeing us online today. We welcome you, and we're glad you're here with us. We know you're a part of us as well. And anyone who is here in the room, please raise your hand. Anybody new in the room for us today? Welcome. Well, we would like to make sure that you have a welcome packet before you leave. So one of our board members or I will give you a welcome packet. All right. So our service, as I said, is led by our youth today. So I would like to call Sarah Bland up to share the daily word.
Today's daily word is love. I feel blessed to share God's steadfast love. As Advent season continues, I give thanks for the steadfast love of God, which dispels the darkness of conflict and loneliness with the light of harmony and togetherness. Love is personal and sacred, human and divine, intermediate and immortal. Advent season's greetings for joy and peace. I give thanks for the power of love. I am a divine being, bringing the love of God into the world. Through my words and actions, I am kind and patient, compassionate and empathetic, and encouraging and supportive. As I am blessed by love, I share love's blessings with others. I center myself on the Christ within and go forth as the heart and hands of love in the world. Beloved, let us love one another because love is from God. Everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. John 4:7.
Let's say our affirmation together, please. I feel blessed to share God as steadfast love. I feel blessed to share God as steadfast love. One more time. I feel blessed to share God is steadfast love. And now, please, we'll sing our congregational song together.
I don't think that's the right song. Can we go to the next slide, see if that's the right lyrics or not? Can we see the next slide? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Carrot. Boston is our service leader today.
That's when you cheer? Yeah! All right, I'll get you trained one of these days. All right. Now, after all that, I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, breathe in all the joy, all the energy that the youth have infused with all of their practice for this wonderful skit that they're about to share with us, with all of the anticipation, childlike anticipation for the season of Advent and Christmas. Let us take in all that the youth have to teach us today and take it out beyond these walls and into the world, because our transformed lives transform the world, and so it is. Alrighty, so now we get to pray together the Metro Richmond prayer. We pray for persons in financial need in metropolitan Richmond, for healthy relationships, for constructive, safe, and caring households, for the bringing up and nurturing of children, and caring for the elderly. Great improvisation. I love it. Like, y'all are on. It's like you've been with us all week. All right, so now for the opportunities. So today, after service, carrying on all of this joy, we will have a potluck celebration with karaoke, fellowship, and fun. There's turkey and ham being provided, and hopefully you brought the other sides. And we will also be looking at the tackiest, and tackier sweaters. All right, so last option for chant night is this Wednesday, and it will last for this year, excuse me. And so it will be live streamed if you're already moving on to where you're going to be for your holidays. So you can definitely still look at it, but you can come in person, because it does feel really good to be here and get that energy. This will be in place of meditation this week, okay? All right, Christmas Eve, a week from today. How did it come so fast? All right, so we will be having a Christmas Eve service at 11 a.m. only, so same place, same time, just Christmas Eve. And you can come celebrate the holiday with us as we join together with another festive service, so please join us. It will be live streamed as well if you're already with your loved ones elsewhere. All right. There's a lot, y'all. This is the season. Christmas dinner. So please join us in fellowship for the annual Christmas dinner. You can bring a dish, and Unity will provide the main course of meat of turkey and ham. This will be in person at 1 p.m. on the 25th. So if you don't have anyone else, you always have us, so come on and join. If you know of others that don't have anybody and you would like to send them this way for some loving, go ahead. We'll do that. And there's a sign-up sheet for it in the gathering place. All right. Sorry, the numbers are a little off. Okay, so release and renew. So shortly after Christmas, we will get the opportunity for an evening service for the burning bowl and letters to your future self. And there will not be a morning service on that day, okay? So please join us in the evening, or you can also join live stream if you can't be here in person. And so that will be New Year's Eve, which is the 31st of December. And lastly, Christmas raffle. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet, there's still time. One ticket for $3, or is it $5? Kara needs glasses again. And 3 tickets for $10. I almost said 100, so it really would have been. So yes, please, the baskets are out there to see what you're bidding for, but also the proceeds go to your amazing Unity of Richmond church. So please consider participating with the holiday raffle. And I believe that is all. So let us hear from the amazing Katrina.
Good morning, beloved. I don't care if the house is packed or the strings of light are broken. I don't care if the gifts are wrapped or there's nothing here to open. Love is not a toy, and no paper will conceal it. Love is simply joy that I'm home. I don't care if the carpet's stained, we've got food upon our table. I don't care if it's gonna rain, our little room is warm and stable. Love is who we are, that no season can contain it. Love would never fall for that. We sing, ooh. Let love lead us. Love is Christmas. Why so scared that you'll mess it up when perfection keeps you haunted? All we need is your best, my love. That's all anyone ever wanted. Love is how we do. Let no judgment overrule it. Love, I look to you and I sing. Let love lead us. Love is Christmas. Let love lead us. Love is Christmas. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And speaking of love and Christmas, our newest member of and her parents are here. So I'll just give a shout out to Jonathan and Catherine and Maggie Neely. Little Maggie's attending service for the first time at home or in person today. So what a blessing it is to see you all here today. And I'm going to share our Advent message. But before I do that, I just want to say a couple of things. We do have some holiday bags here for if you know some people who would be not attending in person that would like an ornament, a candle for Christmas Eve, and to follow along online. We have some bags prepared. They're at the bookstore. So if you know someone who would enjoy these attending service with us who aren't in person, we have some of these. So please feel free to share them. And second of all, next Sunday, I have someone who lives in Henrico who is requesting a ride to service on Sunday morning. There would be this Christmas Eve service at 11. And so please see me after the service if you live in that area and would be so kind as to pick her up and bring her to Christmas Eve service. So our third Sunday of Advent, our message is love, the candle that is pink in our Advent wreath. And there is a lovely message in the Advent booklet by Reverend Teresa Burton, and she talks about holiday baking and how years before she had shared a holiday cookie Christmas balls recipe with a friend, and that she had reconnected with this friend after many years, and that friend had asked her, reminded her of this recipe of cookies that she made a tradition in her holiday cookie baking, and she had lost the recipe card, and she wanted to have another copy of that recipe card. So she said, well, I think I can look up the ingredients and give you the list. And she said, well, I would really like you to find that card. She said, I've had it for all these years, and I hate to think it's gone for good. And the Reverend asked why, and she said, because I liked having your handwriting. Every year, I would see that card and make that recipe and think of you. So just as people come into our lives, they also leave, sometimes gradually or others abruptly. So she said, I was touched to learn that. I was also surprised that a minor gesture from so many years ago had been made such an impression, and I suppose I shouldn't have been, she said. Throughout the years, I have saved mementos myself, ticket stubs, small souvenirs, scraps of writing, as a way of keeping the dear ones and memories close to me. She said, it never occurred to me that someone would want to keep their memories of me alive and would feel happy finding my handwriting on a recipe card once a year. But that makes sense. Our lives are always changing, and just as people come into our lives, they also leave, some gradually, others abruptly, and the memories we make are ours forever. Christmas is the perfect time to remember those who, for whatever reason, are no longer with us. We keep them close for when we hang the special ornaments and tell funny stories and make treasured recipes. This is perhaps the sweetest tribute to those whose presence or whose kindness has touched us. This Christmas, let's allow ourselves to feel the bonds of friendship and kinship and transcend the distance of time and even life itself. This is how we keep one another close, our bonds of love unbreakable, whether our memories are happy or bittersweet. So the scripture is 1 Corinthians 16:14, let all that you do be done in love. And so our Advent affirmation, which you can see on the screen, is, I cherish memories of those who have touched my life with love. And so let us say that together. I cherish memories of those who have touched my life with love. And so we light the Advent candles for this week. Now, if you haven't had the opportunity last week when we did our service of remembrance to put names or ornaments on ornaments, we have some extra ornaments out in the gathering space. So do feel free to take that time, honor your loved ones, and put the ornament with their names on either of these two trees up front. That's how we've been honoring our loved ones. And before I turn this all over to our youth, I wanted to tell you a little story about, I have two books, the best stories about the best Christmas songs ever. And one of them, I just thought it would be sweet for anybody who doesn't already know the story behind Silent Night and how that came to be written. That it's a wonderful story that is also exhibiting our 12 powers, which our youth play is about today, our 12 spiritual powers, or our 12 spiritual gifts. And it was in the 1800s, and you'll see, when you see anything in print on Silent Night, you'll see Franz Gruber and Joseph Moore's name on the song. Joseph Moore was the parish priest for a small little church in Austria, and it was called St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas. And for many years, he had been the parish priest, and he was preparing for Christmas Eve service and tried to warm up the organ, and it didn't work. He tried everything that he could do to try to fix it, clean it, whatever, and the organ would not play a single note. So he was like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? It's Christmas Eve. We don't have any organ accompaniment. We don't know, what we're going to do. And back then you had to send away for a repair person somewhere, to come. It would take them weeks to get there by horse and buggy. And what had happened is it got eaten out by mice, by the way. That is what harmed the organ. So they made a nest in there and they started eating it out. So he went over to the choir master, and that was Franz Gruber, and he said, we don't have an organ for Christmas Eve. And he remembered after he prayed, what can we do for this service this evening? Give me the inspiration, dear God, So he remembered this poem that he had started to write, Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alles schläft, einsam wacht. He had written this poem when he was walking in the woods years before. And so this came to him that he still had the poem, and he had set it away. And if you're ever written poetry, or if you're a songwriter, and sometimes you just forget about something and you come back to it and go, wow, that was really profound. That's really, wow, more powerful and meaningful than I ever thought at the time. So he left the lyrics with Franz Gruber, and Franz Gruber, he said, and this is Christmas Eve. Can you set this to music, and we're going to have to play it on guitar. So it's the only Christmas carol that was ever written solely for guitar, okay? And so he left him to do his job and his duty and write the song. He came to choir practice. They taught the choir in 4-part harmony the song for their midnight mass, Christmas Eve. And that's how Silent Night came to be, the song. How it came to be distributed was also a miracle, because back then it was not really a wide printing press or certainly no access to digital music or anything like that. So the organ repairman had been there, and he repaired their organ, and he had a copy of Silent Night. And as he traveled around the country, he shared the music with these other parishes and churches, and they started using the music, and it became, it just became widely known without even some knowing that it was Franz Gruber and Joseph Moore who wrote it. And so that is the miracle of Silent Night and how that song came to be. And that's how, there are wonderful things that can come to us when we tune into our spiritual nature, and when we use the quiet time and prayer and meditation to ask for solution to whatever conditions or problems might arise. And so that's the lesson of Silent Night. And now I'm going to turn this over, and I maybe you were already going to acknowledge, but this play was written by our own Cameron, if you would just wave or stand, who grew up in Unity. This is Edie Bolden's granddaughter. And so this is the play that she wrote based on her Unity teachings.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Delaney.
We're your narrators for today's Christmas play called The 12 Powers of Christmas, written by Cameron Bolden.
The 12 powers are spiritual capacities that we all possess and that can be used for good in the world. The setting for the play is modern day.
With everything going on in the world, sometimes I wonder if we should still be joyful at Christmas. Let me show you how everyone plays a part in spreading joy and love during Christmas.
A girl goes out and purchases some toys. Then she goes to a neighborhood and starts passing out the gifts. A teenage girl is upset about her volleyball team's results during a recent school competition. There is another match coming up. Unfortunately, it is hours away and she doesn't know if she will be able to find a ride.
Oh, wow. Isn't blue the color of faith? I think it's time to figure out a plan to go to the volleyball game. I think I will be there.
A teenage boy that typically is on time and very organized is overwhelmed with projects and extracurricular activities. He's been late on a few assignments and even missed a football practice.
Where did this come from? Green reminds me of spinach and Popeye the Sailor. Well, I guess I can be strong too. I affirm I can stay on track and not give up.
Like many siblings, two sisters argue. Each think they are right, and they are not listening to the other.
What a surprise. Yellow is my favorite color. I am sorry for being annoying. Me too. How about we try a different approach? We might not always agree, but we can at least listen to each other's point of view.
A child feels there's not much love in the world. Her parents recently separated, money is tight, and everyone yells all the time. She's sad this Christmas.
Where did this come from? Wow, somebody took the time to leave this for me. That's so thoughtful.
A teenager in theater class feels frustrated because none of the other kids are listening to her. She is typically the class leader, but she feels out of control and doesn't know how to get her peers to pay attention.
What a surprise. This reminds me when I was a kid how important friendships are. I maybe should stop telling other kids what to do. I should try to be nice.
She is amazed at how much easier it is to lead those who you have a good relationship with.
A girl that's usually creative and good at writing is going through a writer's block. She's not able to write anything for days and really wants to finish writing a Christmas story for her family.
How did this get here? I wonder if I could write about this in my Christmas story.
Her writer's block is broken and she finishes the story for her family and friends.
A mom and a nonverbal child are having difficulty communicating. Neither are understanding each other. The mom recently read that sometimes sign language helps, but right now they are frustrated and can't think about much else.
There's something on our porch. It's a gold toy. What a kind gesture.
The gold color sparks an idea, and the mom decides to finally give sign language a try.
A child was recently in an accident which decreased her independence in the kitchen.
How did this get? I'm gonna make a pot of soup.
A boy struggles with organization. His book bag is a mess, and he is also having trouble with problem solving. Figuring out long math equations is not his strength. The standardized school tests are coming up, and he needs to remember steps to solve long math problems.
Did I place an order for something? I don't think so. It's a toy. Well, just for fun, maybe I should name it Order.
Just thinking about order inspires the boy to clean out his book bag. Though it's a small thing, getting his bag organized helps the boy organize his thoughts too. He can now prepare for the standardized test with outer order and inner calm.
As with many teenagers, there's a girl who often needs extra motivation to get out of bed and get ready for school. She is not a morning person and always needs an extra push to get started.
How did this get here? Oh wow, it plays music. I wonder if I could use this as an alarm in the mornings.
Although the girl still doesn't bounce out of bed at sunrise, the music helps motivate her to get up when her alarm rings and to get ready for the day.
A teenage girl often keeps things bottled in, and she's upset because some of the other kids tease her. She doesn't like to speak in front of her peers or family about her feelings.
Where did this notebook from? I wonder if I could use this notebook as a journal.
The girl is able to express her feelings by writing in the journal. She is reminded of the importance of releasing negative emotions.
A young girl is often the life of the party. She loves to be involved in lots of activities, to run around outside, and to have fun. Though many appreciate this, recently a few teachers have been fussing at her restlessness, and she's become sad.
Oh wow, this is my favorite color, red. I wonder maybe I could ask my teachers if I could bring this ball to school so I can squeeze it when I have extra energy.
The girl is happy that she's found a potential solution that lets her be her true self, energetic and full of life.
And so we've come to the end of the 12 powers and their life-affirming lessons.
From all of us to all of you, we wish you happy holidays.
Happy holidays!
And we had other youth that were here that did some of the artwork and stuff like that. So there's lots of hands to make this work. Okay. And now we're going to take all of those 12 powers into meditation. If you want to get comfortable in your seat, either stare at something or let your eyes close. And just listen to your breath. Feel the air coming in and feel it go out through your mouth. And take an intentional breath and pull it all the way down to your stomach. And release. Exhale all the way through. Take one more deep breath, maybe get it all the way down to those toes. And let it come out all the way deep. Exhale. Let us remember, now that we have settled in, all the different gifts that we have inside of us. They don't even need to be given. They do show up in gifts like we saw in the play, but they really were gifts that we have inside of us. And those gifts are our power, our ability to express zeal and love, and to use our imagination to solve the problems. let us take a few minutes and just be silent and in gratitude of these amazing things that are already inside of us. And this time of year, they just get illuminated with all of the lights on the trees and the houses and the candles and the Advent wreath. That light allows your gifts and your powers to shine. So let's just focus on that light in silence. As we focus on that light, let us also remember the childlike wonder that we were all given. And let us spend a few minutes maybe searching for where that might be hidden and shine the light on that. Because that childlike wonder gets rid of the limitations and the things that we think we cannot do or be or have, which is simply not true. Again, these are all gifts that don't have to be given. They are already inside of each of us. So spend a little time with that inner child and that wonder, and let them excite you and get you ready for the season. Now you can come back to this place with all of that light and that childlike wonder and be ready for an amazing week as we look to celebrate Christmas.
All right, once again, let's give some acknowledgement to our youth. And I also want to acknowledge our teachers who are so dedicated to making sure that our program continues, even when we have a few people volunteers. We're always welcoming we would welcome any new youth volunteers to take a Sunday and work with our youth. It's a joyful experience. And so I have just a small token of appreciation and acknowledgement and a Merry Christmas for Maggie Ellis Bland, Kara Boston, and Amber, but I think she's not, Amber, who works in our nursery. We're so glad to have her on board. And Mary Beth's not here today, but she did make it. All right, and Mary Beth Holzman. All right. And oh yes, we have a new volunteer, Vicki. Yes, Vicki Cantelmo, who's been. Yes, thank you. Uh, all right, so now is the time in our service to our prosperity blessing and offering, and I just want to uh, Mary and I have a special offering, year-end offering. We are going to contribute to the end of this year right here today. And so we love Unity of Richmond so much, and we want to support Unity of Richmond and our building, and getting that new heater is a priority, and we welcome the generosity of all who are consistently giving and continue to give, so that we can keep our building maintained and operating, and our employees and our just all the wonderful things, our services and things that we do here. So let us together say our prosperity blessing. Divine love expressing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
Haul out the holly, put up the tree before my spirit falls again. Fill up the stocking, I may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry. So climb down the chimney, turn up the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice up the fruit cake, it's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough. For I've grown a little leaner, grown a little colder, grown a little sadder, grown a little older, and I need a little angel sitting on my shoulder. We need a little Christmas now, for we need a little music, need a little laughter, need a little singing, ringing through the rafter. Yes, we need a little snappy, happy ever after. We need a little Christmas now. Merry Christmas, everyone.
All the joy. All right, if our ushers will come back up. All right, together let's bless these gifts. We give thanks for the gifts that will support our mission of creating a spiritually awakened world. Beautiful. All right, so thank you. There's lots of thank yous to make all of this happen. Thank you probably first to the parents who bring their children to Unity, so they definitely get a round of applause. And we thank our prayer chaplains who will be here at the end of the service. If you would like to pray with them in confidence, that is available to you. We would like to thank Katrina, Ian, Ryan, Forrest, for all the joy and the music that they bring. Our AV with Rob and Natasha and Bernice. Thank you, Reverend Valerie, for your message and tying this all together today. Thank you again for our amazing playwright. Look at all the creativity in our congregation, Cameron. Thank you, Maggie, for leading us and making sure that it all happened today. And thank you, Debbie and Penelope, everybody that keeps this place very shiny and so that we can see all the light in it. So thank you. And thank you for those that are participating in the potluck today and all the joy that you'll bring to that as well. So, and thank you for letting me have fun up here. Alrighty, so we are ready, I think, for the prayer of protection, unless, I don't know. I thought I saw someone. Did I see somebody? No? I don't know. On the way. Okay, well, we will. Oh my goodness. What's coming? I don't know. He has on a red suit. Yay, Santa! For those online, we have a visitor who's in a red suit. Come Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Awesome. All right, and I believe that he's a little hungry and needs to get ready for next weekend, so he'll be downstairs, I believe, as well. So another reason to come to the potluck. All right, thank you, Santa. Beautiful, beautiful, awesome. All right, now may we protect all of us and Santa and the reindeer and all the things and all the light. So please rise, and we'll do the prayer of protection and the closing song. All right, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.